Hello. Today we're gonna do a little deliriously delicious deviation from the doldrums, play with Excel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a scenario when we need to select a checkbox and it will change the format of the number on the left-hand side. So before you like and subscribe, make sure to thoroughly enjoy. Let's get started. All right, let's see how we can pull it off. First of all, I'm going to select this range and insert checkboxes. Now, when you have checkboxes, what is in the cell? What's in the cell is actually false, or when you click on the checkbox to check it, it will be true. So the value in the checkboxed cell is false or true. So now I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to create a conditional formatting rule based on the fact if the checkbox is checked or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Home, Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules, and I'm going to create a new rule. I'm going to use formula to determine which cells to format. And which cells are they? Well, the formula needs to return true or false, which I have already. So I'm going to just reference the cell on the right-hand side next to the active cell. It's important to remember about the active cell. So I'm going to click on this cell, cell C2, and now I'm going to use the F4 key to toggle references. I want $C2 and no $2, right? So I think I would prefer it that way. I'm going to click on Format, and I'm going to start with the currency format. And then I'm going to click on Custom. I forgot something, so I forgot the equals to true. Right, so whenever it's equal to true, now I'm going to change the format. Custom, start with currency so that I don't have to type the formatting codes, and then custom. And here I would like the format to be, first of all, as currency with the dollar symbol, dollar character. But I also would like to make it blue color. So I'm going to type blue and close parentheses. So blue, open bracket, blue, it's not parentheses, bracket, square bracket. And I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to click OK again. And I'm going to click Apply. So now whatever is checked is in blue color in currency type format. Now I'm going to create another rule, new rule, and I'm going to use formula to determine which cell to format. And again, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to click on this cell next to the active cell, and then F4 equals to false. And whenever it's equals to false, I'm going to click on Format. I would like it to be currency again, but instead, I would like it to be red color instead of blue color. So I'm going to type bracket red, closing bracket. And I also would like to add parentheses. So I'm going to type opening parentheses for the code and then closing parentheses for the code. Well, let's see. I'm going to click OK, click OK, click Apply. So now it looks like it's working. I have two conditional formatting rules based on formulas. Now there's something that I would also do just to kind of being meticulous. Notice if you click on and put a check mark, the number is kind of jumping because of those parentheses, because of those special, additional characters. So ideally, I would like it to stay put so that the parentheses are not, changing where the number is positioned. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go back to conditional formatting, manage rules, and I'm going to manage the rule without parentheses. So this one is my for the paid items. What I would like to do here, I would like to add some additional space after the number. And to do that, you put the underscore, and I'm going to use closing parentheses. What the underscore does, it is adding space equal to the width of the character after the underscore. So basically, I am adding additional space after the number for those numbers that do not have the closing parentheses. So let's see. I'm going to click OK, click OK, click Apply, and click OK again. And now it is working. You see the number is not jumping, it just adds parentheses and changes color. So that is done, no problem. But there's something that you need to be aware of here. These are all positive numbers. They're not, you can type a different number and they're all positive numbers. They're not negative numbers. They're just displayed as kind of negative numbers, red numbers, if there's no check mark. So if you take the total of this, let's say sum, you'll get the same total no matter what you check. So now you can check all of them, but the total is not going to change. So in my after example, I have two separate numbers here, and when I check, they change. So here we have the amount that is paid and the amount that is not paid yet. So that is something that is a little tricky. We need a little bit of a workaround. So what do I have here? Made good, right? So I'm going to put made good. And then holding out, right? Holding out. Okay, so here there's no way to do it directly. We need to have a little extra help. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert another column here. I'm going to insert a column. I don't care what it's called, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a formula here that will be also based on the fact if the checkbox is checked. So if I put this, if, and the logical test is this cell is equal to true, then what I would like to see, I would like to see the number, right? So the number will be positive, right? So that's like inflow. And then otherwise, I would like to see minus that number. So I want to change the sign of that number, right? And now if I copy this, now these are actually positive numbers and negative numbers, right? Unlike this one. This is where you can type things, and this is where you get the display. So in order for everything to work, I need to put a formula here that will add up only positive numbers from this column. Again, these are all positive numbers, but these are not all positive numbers. Some of them are negative based on the check, right? So here. Anyway, how do we calculate only the positive numbers? Well, for example, SUMIF function, which is an old function, SUMIF, and this is going to be the range, not the original source range, but the calculated range. So I'm going to SUMIF, and for the second argument, for the criteria, what I am going to do, well, I'm going to put double quote greater than 0, and then double quote. Let's see if that works. So now I have, let's see, I'm going to uncheck everything. Right, so now I have 0 made good, right? So now I start checking, and this calculation changes the value here. And for holding out, I want something similar. So if, and the logical test will be, I am referencing the entire range. I want to, well, it's not if, it's SUMIF. SUMIF. This is my range. And the criteria will be, well, less than 0, right? Double quote, less than 0, double quote. So that will calculate all the negative numbers, right? So if it's less than 0, it will add them up. Of course, this is going to be a negative value. And now we have that solution, right? You check. Now, of course, you would want to hide the column C in this case if you use the same column. I'm going to right-click and hide it. So now we have our solution. a little checklist and changing the colors. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you liked it. So if you like it, I'll see you in the next one.